Parashat Shoftim, or it's not so good to be the king. Justice, justice shall you pursue. The king of Israel has limited powers, as true authority belongs to God. In court, 2 witnesses are needed to convict. Laws of warfare sometimes restrict military action. In an unsolved murder, a special ritual is performed. None of us will grow up to be a ruler of many, but all of us are rulers of one, ourselves. Parashat Shoftim, in one word, is about justice. Tzedek, tzedek tirdov, justice, justice shall you pursue. That's really the heart of this parsha, where we see God's vision for a just and equitable and fair society. And the very first verse, the opening beat, gives us that direction. You shall appoint judges and officials in all your gates, that the Lord your God gives you for your tribes. They shall judge the people with due justice. I want to share 2 interpretations. The first is a pshat, the simple contextual read, and the second is a drash, a deeper, more creative understanding. The pshat is that the Torah wants us to have fair legal systems everywhere. Bechol she'arecha, in all your gates. And gates equals communities. Because in the ancient world, a gate, a walled city, was the sign of established community that had enough resources to protect itself. So that was the sign of a city. And we're to have legal systems and courts in every community, and they must be honest. They must be full of integrity, teaches the Torah. And the drash I want to share comes from a rabbi, 16th century Prague, who's known as the Holy Shra, who authored the Shnei Luchot Habrit. And here's what he says. He says that gates are a metaphor, openings to our souls. Now let me read you his words. We must set guardians at the gates of our souls, our mouths, that we don't lie or tell gossip, our ears, that we're not eager to hear gossip, and our eyes, that we don't form the habit of seeing the worst in others. Now that's a challenge. Suddenly this verse becomes deeply personal and deeply challenging, because we're surrounded by gossip every day, and it's so tempting, and no one's watching. And with a smartphone and the internet, it's even easier to access before, to click on this and to forward that. We have to be on guard. That's the same expression. We have to be really careful with what we say, what we hear, and where we look. And the laws about Lashon Hara, about speaking gossip, are deeply challenging. In some ways, this mitzvah is harder than ritual laws like Shabbat and Kashrut. But we have to do it because we have to be people of integrity. The timing of this verse is significant too, because we hear this as we begin the month of Elul. And this is the final month of the Jewish calendar, where every day in the morning we hear the shofar. We hear that shofar blast and it wakes us up, imagine the Rambam. It wakes us up to do teshuvah, repentance. It tells us there's 1 month to go before Rosh Hashanah, and we have spiritual work to do. If we can be better at guarding these openings to our souls, our mouths, our ears, and our eyes, then we will be better people in the year ahead.